Hello, my friends. Everyone working in the information technology field wants a copy from the Nessus vulnerability scanner. IT specialists, information security specialists, admins, they need to scan for the vulnerabilities that they have in the environment. So I will show you today how to get a free version from Nessus. First, go to Google search and type free email generator. Choose anyone that you want. I choose tempmail.org. As you can see here, it created a free email for me. I copied the email, then back again, go to Bing or Google search and search for Nessus. You can find here Nessus Essential. Click it. You need to register, type anything you want, and the email address that you have in that you have it from the mail, and click get started. I already have a subscription, so it will give me an error, but try it. Go back to the mail, and you will find here the key for the tenable or to Nessus Essential installation. After that, you will have the download Nessus page. Here's the download. Click on the download button. It will take you to tenable.com downloads. If you want to download a version that can be installed in your CentOS, Linux, Debian, Windows, you can download here from the Nessus. If you want to create a separate virtual machine for that, I prefer or suggest or recommend to go to Tenable Core, and you can download Tenable Core plus Nessus. This is a virtual machine that include the Nessus installed on that machine. So download the OVA for VMware. If you have a Hyper-V, you can download the .zip or the .iso as you want. I will download this one. It's 1 gig. After the download is completed, go to your VMware workstation and File, Open. As you can see here, browse to your from the Open, browse to the Tenable VM that you download. Here you can choose where to store the virtual machine and the name for that virtual machine, and press import and wait a couple of minutes until it's done successfully. After a couple of minutes, it will be done. It's in the final steps. Yes, great. Here is my machine. You can edit the virtual machine, but for me, the network adapter is bridge. That's great. As you can see here in the description, it's Tenable Core plus Nessus. That means that we have a Linux OS and the Nessus service is installed. No need to install anything. Just add the license and the service will work. The memory is 8 gig. You can minimize it or decrease the memory as you want and the process. I choose 4 gig. That's enough. And I'll choose one processor with 4 cores. And OK. Power on the machine. Wait a couple of minutes also and check if you have an assigned IP address using the DHCP. If not, we will configure it manually. I will show you how to do that. As you can see here in the screen, it's based on CentOS Linux 7. In my notepad here, I tapped the default username and the password. So this is the default, the OV default username and password for the OS. We will use them for the first time, then we will change them to something else. This is the default from Tenable installation. As you can see here, it did not get IP address from the DHCP, so we will log in with the username wizard and the password is admin. Here it asks you to configure a static IP address. Yes. Choose edit. I'll choose manual, then show, add. I will use 192.168.1.200 The subnet must be for me it's 24. For your network, it's up to your network. The gateway will be 1.1. We need internet connectivity for activating the license, or we will do it offline. I will try to show you the both ways. Now let's quit. Here we need to create the admin user. The username will be admin, and I will choose a password. It must be more than 15 characters. It's done. Great. I will log in to ping my default gateway. It's pingable, so I will go here to my web browser. No need for this page. Of course, because this is a tenable OV, we have port 8000. This port is used to control or configure the OS. We use admin and our password that we specified earlier in the OS. Don't forget to check this box, else you cannot change any settings. And login. As I told you, this is the OS administration. It's not the Nessus service. You can change the host name, the time. You can do update for the operating system, restart or power off the VM. The logs, here you can find networking. Here is the IP address. You can change it also from here. The storage, the accounts, usernames, all the information here about the OS. And here you can find the software updates. If we have any updates available, it will be downloaded. Because I'm using an old version from the VM, I think there is an update. Yes, here's an update. I can install all the updates. Because I'm showing you how to configure the Nessus, I will do it later. So this port is for the OS administration. We have the port 8834. Yes. The port 8834, it's for the Nessus service. It's for scanning for vulnerabilities. The 8000, it's for OS administration for the VM. This one is the service that we want to scan for the vulnerabilities. Here we need to choose Nessus Essential, continue. You can add username and password. I will skip this. You have the activation code. We already have our activation code in the temp mail. Here is our activation code. We will copy it and paste it here. If you don't have internet connectivity for the VM, you can do the registration offline. You need to add the key here, and here is the hardware key or the machine key. You need to visit this link. Sorry, you will put the key here after generating it from the offline registration. You need to copy this link. Here is the challenge code. You paste the challenge code here, and you need your key here, and submit. You need to copy all this. Sorry. You need to copy all this information. And add it here. Okay. Continue. I will show you the continue. Now, username and password for the Nessus service. It's not for the OS, it's different. And the setup is completed. Now it's initializing the Nessus service. Just combining the plugins. Wait a couple of minutes and it will be done. Welcome to Nessus Essential. You can start typing here the targets that you want to scan. I will type the Nessus VM itself and submit. It's running host discovery scan. I don't want this. Now here is the portal for Nessus Essential. For anyone who don't know how to run a scan, you can choose from here new scan. Here is the templates for Nessus scan. Here's the basic network scan. It's a basic. It do a scan for most of the network devices and endpoints. We have advanced scans. You can customize the plugins, all the settings in the scan. We have credentialed batch audit. You need to add a credential for the endpoints here. We have a lot of templates here. You can use them. After doing the scan, you can go to my scan and find the results. The host discovery, it's just a discovery over the network. I prefer or suggest or recommend to start with the host discovery, then go with the basic scan and the credential batch audit. Here is your lab. Take your time, practice, and enjoy. Here is the first scan that I did. Let me do another scan. Basic network scan. Name it anything. Description, the folder where you want to save the scan. Here's the targets. Boom. You can save it, you can run it. Here is it, on demand. I will launch the scan and wait for the result. It's running. You need to wait until the result is published after finishing the scan itself. Let's wait. The scan is done. If we go to the result, something wrong. There is no vulnerabilities, no hosts. Let me check settings. Yes, you can see here that with Nessus Essential we have a license for 16 endpoint to be scanned, but as you can see here, the plugins, the last update, there is no last update, and the plugin set is not available. So please try to do an update, then restart, then try to do the scan again. Also, I will do the update for the OS. I will install all the updates to make sure everything is updated and the plugins is downloaded successfully. I will do a restart for the server, then we will try to do the scan again. Here, my friend, you can see that the plugin is initializing again because I'm doing a plugin update and update for the OS also. So I will wait until all the updates is finished and run the scan again. As you can see, guys, the OS updates is done successfully and it needs to restart the machine. As I told you earlier, the port 8000 is for configuration related to the OS, not the Nessus service. So right now the plugins still initializing, so I will wait until the combining plugins is done successfully also, then I will do a restart for the machine. I'll go to software updates. System is up to date. Here is my Nessus service. Is combining the plugins again. I will log in to Nessus Essential Service, port 8834. Let's go. I don't want the newer version. Here you can see that we have the plugins information updated, plugin set, and last update. Go back to scan, basic, scan. We need to run it again. It's running. We need to wait until it completed successfully. The scan is still running, but as you can see, if we click on it, we found hosts. It's the same VM that we are using for Nessus. We have vulnerabilities. We have the info until now. Here is the dashboard for the vulnerabilities. The red one is critical, orange high, yellow medium, green low, and blue is for the info. You can see here that we have a mixed vulnerabilities between medium and info. Is the scan completed? No. Still running. We have until now 2 medium vulnerabilities. If you go to history, you will see the scan history. This is the first time. The first time there was no host, no vulnerabilities. That's because there was no plugins in the system. Go to history again, press on the most recent. You can see here that we have vulnerabilities, hosts. It's still running. The scan is completed right now. Go to the scan, go to vulnerabilities. We have a mixed. You can find here that we have SSL certificate cannot be trusted. If you click on the vulnerability, you have the description here about the vulnerability. The solution is to purchase or generate a proper SSL certificate. You can find more info here in the C also. Here is the plugin output that the system tests against it. Here is the ports. We have two ports, the 8000 port and the port 8834. Here you can find plugin details, the ID, and here you can find the risk information, the CVSS score or Common Vulnerability Scoring System version 3. Let's go back to the host. Most of them is info. From here you can read the report. You can also from here generate a report in PDF format, HTML, CSV, and export the result. You can enjoy your vulnerability scanner. Thank you for watching this video. Practice, do a scan for your machine, for your router, for any host or endpoint that you have, and read the results and try to read it carefully and find the solution. And if there is any exploit for these vulnerabilities, you can download some VMs or exploitable VMs from the internet and do a scan for them to understand more the concept of vulnerability scanning. Thank you again for watching this video. Take care.